Friends, as I said in the previous video, when Steve Jobs was fired from his own company, he went into depression. But he managed himself and back again in the computer world. Then he started new company. The name of that company was Next and bought Pixar Animation Studio also. Gradually, both these companies started performing well, and another side, Apple was facing many problems after the departure of Steve Jobs from Apple company. In 1991, Apple brought the System 1 operating system in the market, launched PowerBook laptop also, but all these products were failed. Apple's losses were increasing due to the failure of continuously launching products. Because of all these reasons, the company's share price also started falling and the company's condition started becoming worse. Just because of these reasons, Apple finally replaced CEO John Sculley with Michael Spindler as a new CEO of the company. After some time, Apple bought Steve Jobs' company Next for $429 million, and thus Steve Jobs returned to Apple again in 1997. On returning, Steve Jobs requested Apple's board to appoint him as a CEO of Apple company. The company's condition was such that the board of directors did not have options. In this difficult situation, Steve Jobs convinced the board that he can change the condition of the company. The board accepted Steve Jobs' proposal and assigned him as the CEO of the company. Microsoft helped Apple a lot when situation of company was not good. The Apple company was a competitor company for Microsoft, but in spite of this, Microsoft owner Bill Gates helped Apple with $150 million. Steve Jobs came into his old form as he became CEO of Apple and immediately started taking the tough decision. Steve Jobs stopped the production which was being done under John Sculley and fired more than 3,000 people from the company. Then he started hiring passionate people. In 1997, Apple was in loss, but the company made profit $300 million in 1998 as Steve Jobs became CEO. In 1998, the company launched iMac, which became very successful and revolutionary product. Meanwhile, he launched iPad and changed the music industry. By the year 2010, Apple sold out more than 20 crores of iPad. Actually, Steve Jobs had interest in music. That's why he started solving music-related problems as well. In 2007, Steve Jobs launched the iPhone, which took the company at new position in the market. After that, Steve Jobs changed the entire mobile industry. Nowadays, just because of iPhone, we are able to use touch screen. Touch screen was not possible before iPhone. Facility like conference call is also the result of iPhone. All Apple's revolutionary products were designed by Johnny Ive, who was very close to Steve Jobs. Johnny Ive was expert in product design. The concept of think different is also given by Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs used to think very differently. Whenever he came up with an idea, colleague became amazed and shocked and started saying, "No, it's impossible." But still, Steve Jobs used to execute that idea and always best products appeared in front of the people. In 2011, Steve Jobs resigned from Apple due to health problems. Steve Jobs died because of pancreatic cancer just after some few days resignation in 5 October 2011. If you like this video, so please subscribe and share with your friends and colleagues. And finally, thanks for watching.